Sawasdee Krap and welcome to Phuket Extra. 13 locals were busted and more than 40,000 baht cash was seized over the weekend following a raid on a card gambling den. Neighbours in the Katu Soi complained they couldn't get into their street because of the extra cars parked outside the townhouse. Police arrested the two men guarding the front door and forced their way into the room where 13 were found gambling and confiscated the gambling cards and equipment. Human rights groups are calling for the immediate release of all 14 student activists arrested for staging peaceful demonstrations against military rule in Thailand. The students, who belong to the New Democracy movement, were arrested on charges of sedition and violating the junta's ban on political gatherings after staging several recent rallies calling for the end to military rule. The 14 are still being held at the Bangkok Remand Prison and the Central Women's Correctional Institution as they await trial in a military court. The retired Metropolitan Police Commissioner arrested at Narita Airport in Tokyo last week for carrying a handgun in his hand luggage hadn't registered the gun. The former top cop tried to board a flight to Thailand last Monday when a pistol was found in his hand luggage. Meanwhile, investigations continue at airport security at Suvarnabhumi Airport to figure out how the handgun wasn't detected on its way out of the country. And speaking of airports, Malaysian airport officials have apologised to a male passenger who was forced to borrow long black pants and shoes to wear because his knee-length pink shorts and sandals was deemed inappropriate at KL International Airport's baggage services lost and found area. Don't wear those pink shorts. And when we return, an update on Phuket's MERS suspects, the Thai PM rejects a Labour request, the ultimate challenge results, and our new look weather forecast. All coming up on Phuket Extra.
At QSI International School of Phuket, we offer a dynamic, student-centered learning program. Look us up at qsi.org and call us to schedule a walkthrough. At QSI Phuket, your child is not a number, but a family member.
And welcome back to Phuket Extra. Tests on 2 quarantined people on Phuket for MERS have proved to be negative. A 7-month Korean and a Thai returning from Korea were quarantined at separate hospitals on the island, so health authorities could wait to see if their fever symptoms turned out to be the potentially deadly virus. The Thai PM is rejecting a request by Labour activists to increase the country's daily minimum wage from 300 to 360 Thai baht. The Prime Minister rejected the proposed increase, saying pay should be determined by the skills of each individual worker and assessed by the Ministry of Labour. Have to do with my 300 baht. It's been revealed that the former Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawat's net wealth increased by 38 million baht to 579 million baht during her time in office. And the ultimate showdown was held at Alan Cook Ground in Cheung Talay yesterday. The local rugby team took on the local cricket team. First they played cricket and then they played a game of touch rugby. You probably won't be surprised to know that the rugby team won the rugby and the cricket team won the cricket. All for fun and all to raise money for the Asia Centre Foundation and funds to help the rebuilding of Nepal. And to today's weather, and it's 31 today, pretty much the same right throughout the week. Some thunder showers later in the week. Today we've got a 10% chance of rain. And heading down to the west coast, we've got a primary swell of up to 0.9 of a metre coming in from the west, a very light wind coming from the south at only 4 kilometres an hour today. The next low tide's going to be at 3:14 this afternoon, high tide at 8:57. Today's sunrise was at 6:11 a.m. and the sunset, if you get a chance to see it, at 6:48. Thanks for joining us on Phuket Extra today. We're heading off to our Paul Marina tomorrow. You can join Phuket Extra any day at these addresses at around about 12 midday. Thanks for joining us.